Well, you want to know what we went through today training? I took the last set off. Now, you might see snow, you might see the horses going through it, but you have no idea. The track is deep. It's got really deep now. You see Crantini go by there. Nothing But a Dreamer, Austral Hanover, Whispering Song. And there, Fish. Fish is on the run. And Anchors Up made a break too. Now, that is a rotten day. I took the last set off. I had Anchors Away to go with, Anchors Up to go with. He was sick for a week, so there isn't a whole lot going on today, and I was saturated. I know James was mad because he was every bit as wet as I am. He's out there with Crantini, but he really likes Crantini. Crantini's a little goofy when we broke him, but he's really, really starting to put it all together now, and he looks fantastic. Austral Hanover's come a long, long way. Come a long way in a very, very short time. There's a number of horses that today, you know what I loved about today? Today was the first day where they faced adversity. Today was the first day where they shouldn't have been able to trot. They shouldn't have been able to pace. And the ones that did, man, oh man, who is this going? For those of you out that have shares in Nothing But a Dreamer, man, oh man, that is very, very fast over this track. Whispering Song, there's Crantini. You want to see a horse with a nice gait? Man, oh man, he looks beautiful. Here's Austral Hanover again. He's trotting great. Looks very, very good on the track. Then we get a look at Little Fish. Little Fish is just getting healthy now. And Anchors Up. Maybe I should have went with Anchors Up. We got all week. We got all week to get these guys together. As I said, that today was the first time they faced adversity. Now they've learned to do their work. Many of them have been pushed. We trained them all today. I'll ask James, but I know they went a mile in 2:55. We went a mile with everybody today. Nobody beat 2:50 because the track just wasn't good. We started out the day, it wasn't bad. It's been just pouring down snow all day long. There has to be an inch or two of snow on the track. The worst of it is that it's -1, 0 degrees all day, packing snow, right? We used to make snowmen with that. Sticks in their hoofs. So it's a very, very slippery track. Certainly no faults of anybody's that made mistakes today, but man, what a day. I got to really, really look at who understood their work and is starting to put it all together. It's very early in the year, but still that moment when you know the horse has got it, they figured it out, and they're excelling at their work, and then to put them through their paces today on this crappy track, and the track, every track is like this. It's not like this is a crappy track today. The entire province, anywhere in this vicinity is a crappy track. Simply because the amount of wet snow that has fallen, it's just impossible for them to do the work. And I got to have a real good look at who was really understanding the work, who wanted to do it. One horse in particular that really floored me. Now, we take our time with all the horses, but at some point you want to see them understand, okay, this is your work. This is what we need you to do. I don't need you to excel at it right now. I just need you to do the fundamentals properly. And some of the horses, especially the studs, are a little bit resilient, right? They don't, a little bit standoffish. Their first instinct when you tell them what to do is to push back, right? And once they get past that and understand that this is your work and this is what you're supposed to do, when they turn that corner, it's a great feeling. It's a really great feeling. And I can tell you that Tactical Tactor had made breaks and acted up, and yes, there was some favoritism there, I suppose. We've been going easy with him, and this week we put hobbles on him because I want him to do his work, right? I want him to understand, listen, man, I get it, right? You're a nice horse. You can tell the classy horses, but it's work time. And today, over this track, of all tracks, he picked today to come to life. And he trotted and looked so, so good. I think we went a mile in 2:52, but he just looked good. And not only did he look good, he looked stable. He looked like he understood, now this is your work, this is what I need you to do, and I need you to do it better than the horses on the track with you. And it was just such a great feeling to see him do it today. So let's get right to it. I wanted to talk about the babies. I'm going to drive back to the barn, talk about the babies. So if you've been to the training center, you can pull up to the fence and then drive back around to the barn area. Amy and the kids are here today. It's Saturday, so I'm going to drive back around to where the barn is. But I do want to get through the babies. I thought that was a great start to our baby video was showing you the video of the horses, the last set going, and how good they looked. I was very surprised. Nothing But a Dreamer. I haven't seen him in a bit. Look great. Let's get right to it. Absolute Euphoria. James likes this filly. James went with her today. I think this is a nice filly. We got a couple of horses here that they look like, if the tools are somewhere in there, right? If the tools are in that box and we can put them together properly, could be a really, really nice horse. And a couple of them that I like today, both of them on the pacing gate, right? You see the trotters come along, but I'm always watching, right? How's the attitude on that pacer? How do they look? How do they do their work? Do they seem to have that talent, that pop? Is it there? And is there something to work with? Absolute Euphoria looks like she's going to be a big, big, strong filly, and she likes her work. Took a good week or two to get her gated properly, maybe even 3. But now that she is gated, man, she looks fantastic on the track. James loved her. I thought she looked great. Really, really good looking filly. Always Charming looked good again today. Brody went with that horse. Keep saying horse. I can't remember if it's a filly or a colt. I can tell you its name. I can tell you what it wears. I can tell you everything about it. I can't really think if it's a filly or a colt. But I believe Always Charming is a colt. Yes, he's a colt. Of course he's a colt. And a good-looking colt nonetheless. So Always Charming looked good today. Anchors Up, you just saw. Made a couple little breaks in that turn. We couldn't push Anchors Up really hard because he was sick last week. But I guarantee you, today's Saturday. Wednesday is they're all going to be prepping hard on Wednesday for the open house. Tuesday for the open house on Friday. I want to make sure we get a real, real good handle on everybody, how they look and what they're doing. Austral Hanover. You guys, again, you don't really get a true look because it just looks like they're going slow in the snow, but these are babies. That's a mile easy in 2:55, and Austral Hanover looked great today. Captain in the Air needs to be a gelding. It seems switch his tail sometimes. Just do stupid baby stuff, but has a nice gait now, and I've already been in 2:53 with him, so happy with him. Carter Michael Dio, we changed his shoes yesterday. He shouldn't have been able to get over that track with flip-flops on. James went with him. I said, I was a little frustrated with him the other day. He didn't really seem like he wanted to do his work. We changed his shoes. James said the horse was perfect today, did nothing wrong. And we had flip-flops on him. He really shouldn't have been able to get over that track with flip-flops. But he did, and he did very, very well. What else do we got? Cash Deals look good today. I was telling James a story. I didn't tell you guys a story. Maybe I did back at the sale. So the first horse we bought this year was Cash Deals, right? This is the wheelin' and dealin' filly that we bought in the first Ohio mix sale. Now, I hadn't seen Danny O'Brien, and that's not true. We went to lunch. He came down to the first sale, I believe, and we went to lunch that night, him and Allison, his girlfriend. But I hadn't seen him very much throughout the summer. So we go to I see him at the sale, right? He tells me he's coming down to the sale. We meet up. Now, keep in mind, I was in the States all year, no mask on. Danny's been in Canada all year, where everybody was terrified in Ontario, and him and Allison had the mask on. So you walk into the sale with all the Amish people in Ohio, but there's nobody wearing a mask there but Danny and Allison. So we lost track of one another throughout the day, and first horse comes in the ring. Now, I didn't really know what Danny was going to bid on, but I assumed it was an Ontario bred. We really didn't talk about it. We were just talking about the horses in general. I'm on one side of the sale ring, and I see Danny on the other side. Now, the bidding starts on Cash Deals. I'm focused on the horse. You know, it goes down to nothing. 3,000, 4,000. I bid 4 or 5, whatever. We get to 665, 7,000. I'm in somewhere in the middle there. I bid 7,200, right? And as I bid 7,200, I see the bid spotter on the other side turn to look at the person that bid 7. Would you like to bid again? It's Danny. It's Danny. He is the underbidder right now on the horse. He doesn't know where I'm at. He can't see that. I see all this unfolding now. So I see him with his mask, and he's looking down. He's looking at the guy. He's talking to Allison. He lets the filly go for 7,200. So I text him after. I said, I called him cheap or something, cheap bugger or something. And I see him, he looks up and he's looking around. So anyway, that was the story on Cash Deals. Danny O'Brien was actually the underbidder, so she looked good training today. I said, there's your filly going, Danny. So Cash Deals look good today. Chocolate for Lunch looked good on the track. The earlier sets look great. Columbus didn't go today. We castrated him. First castration of the year was Columbus. A lot of people asked, why did it take so long? We had some sick horses in the top barn, and we were a little hesitant to start gelding, castrating with it going through the barn. So we waited. Columbus is down in Amy's barn. Amy has 7 or 8 horses down there with Kirby. She has White Tiger she takes care of beside Jason's barn. What else she got down there? Iglariam just came back today. And a bunch of the babies. She is totally tactical tactor down there. Anyway, number of horses down there. So we've been hesitant to castrate. Columbus is down there. He's castrated now. Coupe de Ville. This is a filly I told you. Go back and look at the videos. I said the way she stands, I'm worried she might touch her knees. And she did look like she was going to touch her knees. So we made a fairly aggressive and significant shoeing change to her. I went out today with her. She was perfect. Mile and 251. I was very impressed with her today. She got a real good head on her shoulders. Globetrotting never did, right? This Globetrotting sister. Globetrotting was always a little bit schizophrenic, a little bit crazy sometimes. And this filly seems like she has her head squarely on her shoulders. So it's just a matter of working on her, putting muscle on her, keeping her happy and healthy. She looked good today. Very impressed with Coupe de Ville today. Crantini, as you saw in the last one, James loves this horse. If we can keep, we're probably going to have to castrate him, right? Because he can be a little ignorant sometimes, but when he's trotting, man, he has got some kind of beautiful gait and just floats over the ground. Cunning Connie looked great today. I'm going to talk about a couple of horses that have shares left. Cunning Connie should really have none left. We have a number of clients in Ontario looking for shares. This filly looks beautiful on the track. John went with her today. Our buddy John that comes in and helps us jog and owns horses with us, John Downey, he came in today and went with her, moved her like 3 times and said, man, she's a big, powerful filly. She does everything right. If you're out there and you're like, I'd like to have a horse for Ontario, you guys are really missing the boat here. Cunning Connie is a really, really nice filly. Cutie Cumber looked good today. That's a Chapter 7 filly. The Chapter 7 filly that we had bought the full sister to help us on the way. Amy loves going with her, and she was awesome again today. Depend on it. Another horse I told everybody, really, the way he was built, I'm surprised he looked like he was going to hit. And when I went with him a couple of times last week, it did look like he was going to hit. So he changed his shoes also. Fairly aggressive shoeing changes on this baby. Mario went with him today. He said he was awesome. So very, very happy to hear that, because this horse is actually a really nice horse to be around. But I was worried him and Coupe de Ville would start to get into themselves. Looks like we've mitigated that, so that's great. Dreamin' of Credit looked good again today. Enzo Aguelo looked good today. Fashion Presidente, long way in a short period of time. We were just about to make the shoeing changes on him the other day. I want to make it. Danny said, hey, I'd hold off on those. He said he was good this week. He took to the hobble slowly. Again, a stud colt, Donato Hanover colt, was kind of ignorant when we broke him. He was on the top of the castration list. Never got to him yet. Now he's starting to do his work good. He looked very good on the track today. Danny's been going with him and has done a great job with Fashion Presidente. He looks awesome. 5 fish species. You guys saw her made a break. This filly was sick for 2 weeks. Just relax. A little bit of weight on her. We'll tinker with her, and by the time we get her into open house day, she'll look fine. Full Heart. Johnny said this is the fastest horse we have in the barn. As of Johnny right now. I don't blame him. Every time I look at him, he's going by me with something. She looks very, very good on the track. Very strong filly on the track. Full Heart. Again, it's hard because we have, the Ohio breds were bought a good month, 3 weeks a month before even Lexington, 2 months almost before Harrisburg. And these Ohio horses, we got some that look like standouts right now. We'll talk about them in a minute, but Full Heart looks very, very good. Gandalf the Black, again, just continues to do his work well. He hasn't really wowed me yet, but hasn't had to. He just looks good on the track and does everything right. GJ's ATM, again, looked good today. James loves going with this horse. He looked good on the track. High Enterprise was awesome today. Another Ohio bred. I'm telling you, we get some strong, strong Ohio breds here. Hill Street Blues looked very good again. Very happy with Hill Street Blues and how he has looked. Horn Player made a couple of big shoeing changes with Horn Player. Very, very happy with what I've seen from, what did I just do? With what I've seen from her. What's up?
Janison for them tomorrow. Do you want me to come?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, I won't be able to come till about noon maybe.
That's fine.
I'll get it done.
That's fine.
And then
Perfect.
we know it's done.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, I'm in Ohio tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought I heard you saying it earlier. So.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man. So that was Greg, who works for us. We were talking about the last round of antibiotics for 2 horses in the burn. Mo Power Baby did not go today because she was sick, and the other horse actually did go today. I went with her, the pacing filly, Rito. You guys will hear about her. She's a beautiful filly. What's her name? Rito Legacy. Where were we? High Enterprise, Hill Street Blues. Horn Player made some big shoeing changes with her. She was very good today. Coming to life. Finally coming to life. A couple of these horses had a virus run through them. It was just, they just looked dead, right? They looked like zombies, a couple of them. A couple of horses still, Warwick Yuri just looks blah. And I told everybody, you know, Warwick Yuri, you're just going to have to wait. You know, he's not ready to do what we want him to do right now. There's nothing wrong with that. But recognizing that is every bit as important as anything else. Not expecting, not wanting, and not pushing for more than the horses are ready to give. It's very, very important. As I said, Horn Player was great today. Nick's Go, he's going to be leaving soon. I mean, he's a nice horse on the track, too. That's American Ideal colt. Lady All-Star was great again today. Full flip-flops on. She made a couple little breaks. This is a filly who's got a big, big engine in her. Very impressed with her last week, and still impressed with her again today. Landing Pad, going to have to work with him. I saw him make a couple of breaks today. He's going to get the hobbles, I think, and I'll probably start going with him Monday. Again, today was important for me because I got to look at who just hasn't figured out they want to be a racehorse yet. It's December. There's lots of time. But I need to keep understanding who needs help and who doesn't. Tactical Tactor was just so impressive today after being, you could tell, very rough around the edges. And just today, of all days, to figure out how to do it was incredible. But very happy. And Landing Pad's another horse. Just need a little work with him this week. I'll start going with him Monday. Horse that doesn't need any help at all is Landing Strip. He's been push button since day one. Very impressed. Very impressed. Leaps and Bounds look great. Always looks good on the track, this filly. She's going to impress a lot of people. Very well bred, very good looking filly. Lost Spirit looked good today. I'll call a spade a spade. I've told you guys, kind of okay looking horse. He's got a lot of work to do to be any sort of stake horse in Ohio, but he looked good on the track today. Impressed with what I've seen from him. This horse was extremely ignorant to break, and I really thought, this guy, I don't know about him. But he's come a long way and looked really, really good on the track today. May Lose Control. That colt looked good on the track also today. Magical Tom looked good. A couple of curbs going to need crowd on Magical Tom. Probably got to castrate him, but again, trotting 1, 2, 3, 4 and looks great. Horse that really impressed me also today is my father's horse, Marshall Zukov. Looked great on the track today. Merchant Man always looks good. Probably one of the horses we don't talk about enough is Merchant Man. 1, he was always sold out, right? 2, he was broke and going, then he got a little sick, but we don't talk about how perfect he looks quite enough. He looks awesome on the track. You guys are going to see what I'm talking about next week. My 1%, love watching this horse go. He looked good again today. Nothing But a Dreamer. I gave you a real good look at him and how good he's coming, how far he's come in a short time. Looks like a really, really nice trotter on the track. Oh My Gosh, looked good today again. Old Check continues to look good. Outlaw Jesse James continues to look good also. Now, pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. A couple of horses I've told you look really good that have shares left. Because I don't, 1, I want to sell the shares out, but 2, I don't want people being left out in the cold that may or may not want to share and didn't get one. A lot of people maybe shy away from the Pacers in our barn. Somebody says, well, you know, you don't have as much luck for Pacers. That's because we don't buy as many Pacers. If we bought 40 Pacers every year, I guarantee you we'd have luck with Pacers. We just don't buy a ton of them. A horse you probably should pay attention to. Remember, I'm telling you this. It's December, 16th, 17th, 18th, something like that. Real Fear. The problem I had with the Fear of the Dragons, more notably the one we had last year, was that they were sour. Didn't want to do the work from day one. Remember, we castrated him. You had to really spark him up to get him to do his work, and then he'd come forward. This guy, he's the happiest horse in the burn. He is always going forward. He loves his work. Amy goes to them. I'm watching these big, wet snowballs come out of his feet, and he has to be at a kilter today. Just stormed right past everybody and drove away under wraps. James said Amy come her last half in 1:21 with the horse, which is pretty good. Times that by 2, it's 1:42. She said, I didn't have a watch. She goes, I was just letting him pace along. I looked back and everybody was back a bit, so I just kind of slowed him down. Real Fear's a nice colt. 1, he's well bred. 2, we got a huge discount because of Fear of the Dragon. Don't miss this guy all year. He's going to be a nice horse for us. He would have to, it's almost getting to a point now where he'd have to be a real heartbreaker to fall apart. And he could. All the tools are there. All the breeding is there. Real Fear is a real nice horse. As I said, Rito Legacy does her work well. I can't wait to go with her. I'm going to go with her next week. I can't wait to go with her. I love this filly. Rosita's Dream, got him squared away now. For the somebody messaged, said he was always rough and bumpy in the videos you did. You know, how do you like him now? Horse is a absolute Cadillac on the track now. You'll see next week what I'm talking about. Silent Assassin, still goofing around for Harry a little bit, looking at stuff, just being silly, but lots of time to come around, and she will. Sir Bubbles was awesome again today. John Downey went with him today, said he's a nice colt. Unfortunately, he's going to leave us also, but not before next Saturday, he won't. Sipping on My Shine is an absolute Cadillac, Ohio. Again, this horse reminds me of Oso Pine so much it's not even funny, the way he moves. The strength, the power he has, how smart he is. He does everything right and loves what he does. Sipping on My Shine is probably one of the nicest horses to go with in the entire stable. Sir Strong, going to make a few little shoeing changes with him today. I went with him. I can see what he's doing and what he needs a little help with. I think by next Saturday he'll be bang on perfect. Sister Solange is bang on perfect and always is. This filly is a real treat. We're lucky to get her. We certainly were lucky to get her for what we got her for. I think she's going to be a real asset for us next year. Smoking Hot Irish Girl. Jimmy went with her today and said she can absolutely fly. I haven't had the privilege of going with her very much, but from everybody that I talk to, they say she's one of the fastest fillies in the barn. We'll see. Spitfire Overseas looked great again today. Danny likes going with this horse. Very happy. Oh, I see what I did here. Made a little boo-boo here. There we go. Swinging Senorita looks good. Again, Ohio. Very nice filly. Tactical Mounds look good for Mariotte. Pulled up a little bit at the gate. Got to put the Murphy blind on the outside. Tighten her head check up. Maybe put bandages on her behind. I think by next Saturday you're going to see what I'm talking about. This filly's got a beautiful... The tactical landings all got beautiful gates. All of them. Tailgate Buzz was good today. We put the hobbles and razor pads on him. Danny said he was much better. He said he just gets out of gear in the middle of the straightaway. I said, I know a horse that did that last year. His sister. She shouldn't have had to wear hobbles, but right in the middle of the straightaways. She wouldn't do it finishing up. You had to watch her leaving the gate. I'm talking about Taiwan on. You had to watch her leaving the gate, switching gears in the middle of the field. You had to watch her. She's made tons of breaks last year. This guy said she sounds just like her sister. I said just crank her hobbles up a little bit. Let her roll next week. Let him roll next week. Sorry. Tactical Tactor, as they said, all the praise today. Of course, everybody's watching this horse, but he was really frustrating because he just didn't want to put it. 3-Point Blue Chip did this last year, and I didn't know how long it would take. I was surprised. I was shocked that today was the day he decided he was going to get at it. He looked awesome today. Twin Cedars All-Star probably needs a hobbles, little work. He's way behind everybody, but he's catching up. Una Madonna looked good. James said, you just have to watch her in the straightaway. She'll roll off. I said, James, she got that big, powerful gait for a little filly. She's got a lot of power jammed into a little frame. She's going to take time. I said, there's no rush with her. She loves her work. Victor Cruz was good today. Danny said he was good. Warwi Yuri, I'm telling you now, do not be concerned with Warwi Yuri. He is going to look like a bag of broken glass until about March. That's just the way it is. So if you're out there and you're an owner of Warwi Yuri, be forewarned. He's not going to look good in any videos until about March. That's my take on Yuri. Got to get him up to the vet and get him floor scoped. I don't really think there's anything wrong there. He just needs work. He's got this giant frame. Probably going to castrate him, I would imagine. Just don't get down on Yuri. All right? Please circle back and look at last year. We may not have said anything negative, even about a horse like 3-Point Blue Chip, but we had concerns making breaks. Remember where we put 3-Point Blue Chip last year in the easiest set every week, right? Every week we did this. So don't get too concerned or beat up about Warwi Yuri. Keep in mind, it's Warwi Rue's brother. Everybody in the family raced. He's by Cadabra, and I can give you no reasons that he won't race. He just needs time to develop. Take your time. What a Mission was awesome. Open bridle on. I can't believe he goes that good with an open bridle on. We'll put a closed on him for next week, but he was awesome all week with an open bridle on and looked good again today. Whispering Song is coming along nicely. The only horse that will miss the open house next week is Wouldn't It Be Nice? It's a filly that has an entrapped epiglottis. It's not really a big deal. It's an easy fix. They're gonna scope her next week. If it's still entrapped on Tuesday, we're gonna push for an operation to get that taken care of. But no concerns from me. So that's where we're at with everybody, all the babies. You got to look at how miserable the day was today. I'm really now in the heat, just starting to thaw out after 25 minutes. So, but a big day, a first day of some serious resiliency, right? They had to show, the horses had to show they wanted to do their work today. It was easy. I couldn't fault anybody for looking to get out or making breaks today, and it just seemed like we had a lot of horses that wanted to do it today. So that's what we want to see. That's what I want to see. Days like today are important for me because I get to see what's inside their head without asking them. So anyway, that's the babies. I'll be back. I haven't done my opening yet. I'm going to do my opening today. It's just a miserable day. I got one to drive at Flamborough tonight, and then I'm going to Ohio. Amy was a little bit under the weather. Everybody was this week. I mean, you're not allowed to have the flu anymore. It's got to be Corona or the Omicron or whatever the hell it is. It's half shutting down Ontario, which is... Don't get me started. I'm all boosted up. I got my vaccines, my boosters. Amy's got hers. The kids got theirs. Everybody is healthy. It's okay to have a touch of the flu. It's still around. We're still on planet Earth. Everybody's good that way. Ames and I are going to head over tonight. Our plan was to go over to Buffalo, maybe go Christmas shopping in the morning at a big mall. But now, I bet you the borders are jammed because there's 50% occupancy in Ontario now. Oh my God. I don't know what they're going to do about the border, but I can assure you come tomorrow morning, there's going to be thousands of people crossing into Buffalo. We're going to do it tonight. Take care.